Methodology for identifying genes in the manuscript. To accurately identify a gene within the context of the manuscript, it is imperative to comprehend the divine verses and translate them into clear clinical manifestations. Following this, one may employ a search engine or a reputable artificial intelligence application to facilitate the search for these symptoms. However, insights from medical professionals who possess specialized training in the field can prove to be invaluable. The majority of the pertinent verses in the manuscripts provide explicit descriptions of bodily functions and ailments, thereby allowing for straightforward interpretation in a clinical context. For instance, consider the verse which describe a tied tongue, and loosen a knot from my tongue. The condition, tied tongue, is mentioned in this verse in a simple metaphor that doesn't require elaborate interpretation. Searching for the gene that is responsible for this condition resulted in finding the TBX22 gene. Mutations in this gene have been associated with the inherited X-linked disorder, cleft palate and ankylosing. Ankylosing, tied tongue syndrome. The tongue attaches to the floor of the mouth with a web of tissue called the lingual frenulum. Tongue tie, or ankylosing, is an inborn variation in this structure. The lingual frenulum may be shortened or thickened, restricting movement of the tongue, or it may tether the tongue too close to the tip. TBX22 gene is located on XU21.1, or, in the manuscript, the location of the verse 27 is indicated by the blue arrow. The location of the verse mirrors the location of the gene on the X chromosome. Examples of genes in the manuscript. Locations and functions of genes on the X chromosome mirror the locations and meanings of verses in the manuscript. This image presents a comparison between the X chromosome and manuscript ideograms, showcasing their connection through gene disruptions and corresponding verses in the manuscript. X chromosome. The image displays a visual representation of the X chromosome, highlighting specific genes and their associated disruptions. The gene disruptions are listed in accordance with their sequence and locations on the X chromosome, along with a brief description of the condition they cause. The list encompasses diverse conditions, including color blindness, seizures, vision, and development disorders. Manuscript. The image depicts a stylized manuscript, visually resembling a scroll. The verses and corresponding descriptions are listed in accordance with their sequence and locations on the manuscript, aligning with the gene disruptions presented in the X chromosome section. Each verse description relates to a specific gene and its associated condition, creating a parallel between genetic factors and textual interpretations. Some examples include verse 2:17-20, inability, difficulty seeing in the dark, relating to vision problems linked to TIMB genes. Verse 3:80, collared around neck, connected to SH2D1A gene and neck swelling. Verse 22:19, burned head and clothes like burned body, could be associated with EDA gene and ectodermal dysplasia. Overall, this visual representation illustrates a clear connection between genetic factors and text in the manuscript. By juxtaposing the X chromosome with the manuscript, the image manifests an astonishing relationship between biological and divine aspects.